Hi, eighth graders. Good afternoon.
Hi, grade 8 students. Very special announcement. It is 2:36, so we do only have a limited amount of time, but outside on the field for a panoramic photo. We have a lot of different great activities to close out your middle school experience and really celebrate your middle school experience. One of the upcoming events is our 8th grade semi-formal dance. It is Friday, May 17th from 6:30 to 9. So this Friday is the 10th, right? I don't know if you got it, but we have a roller skating event. That's pretty cool. That's free. That's this Friday. A week from Friday, the 17th, is our semi-formal dance from 6:30 to 9. It is only open to 8th grade students at West Rocks, except if you have a permission slip and want to bring another 8th grade student at a different Norwalk middle school that is in good standing, that one 8th grade student from another school who's in good standing in Norwalk can come to that dance. Otherwise, this dance is only for 8th grade students at West Rocks. I'm going to say that again. I'm going to spend a little bit more time on it. Then I'm going to hand it over to Dr. Golding to give some details. So it's next Friday, the 17th from 6:30 to 9. The theme is a sneaker ball. There is going to be some food in the beginning served, and I'll have Dr. Golding is going to talk about that in just a second. And then there'll be a dance for a couple hours in the gymnasium. The cost is $10 per person. $10 per person. You need a permission slip that will be distributed at the end of the day on the way out, as well as lunch shifts from here through next week. So you can pick it up at the end of the day on the way out, and the in lunch waves, just like we do for normal dances. On the bottom, it says, if I want to bring somebody, I give permission for blank to attend the dance. What that means is, if you want to say maybe Adam Reynolds goes to Nathan Hale Middle School. Adam Reynolds is an 8th grader at Nathan Hale. You want to bring Adam Reynolds to the West Rocks 8th grade semi-formal. You need this blue sheet. You need to give it to Adam Reynolds. He needs to bring it to Nathan Hale. He needs to have their principal or assistant principal, Mr. Crouch, their principal, sign with their name on it that he is in good standing. I will talk to Mr. Crouch. I will talk to Mr. Singleton. I will talk to Dr. Lewis at Ponus Roten. I will talk to Mr. Thomas at CMS and make sure that that person is in good standing. And if they are, with a signed permission slip, then they can attend with you. But it has to be in 8th grade, and it has to be at another Norwalk middle school. With that, some information, all that is on a permission slip, just like we have for the dance. With that, I'll kick it over to Dr. Golding for some other details.
Tickets are $10, like Dr. Reynolds said. This is what you're going to see on social media. Your parents might get it on Parent Square. The idea is that you dress up with, not necessarily a suit and a tie, but nice clothes. Girls, if you choose to wear a dress, and then obviously your nicest, freshest pair of kicks that you own in your closet. If you are bringing a guest, that guest does have to pay the $10 too. So then you would buy 2 tickets and it would be $20. We want everybody to be able to experience this. So if for some reason the cost of the tickets or even something to wear is a barrier to maybe you enjoying the experience, I need you to come talk to myself or Mrs. Amaral. We have a lot of resources. We got some donations of things. We can support you. See us privately. It's always kept confidential. But the cost and the financial aspect should not prevent you from being able to participate in the dance or anything from this point out for the end of the year. The PTA is working really hard to make this a great night. There's been talk about a photo booth. There is also a full dinner, and we had a student council meeting a few months ago where we kind of talked about what to eat, and you all filled out that survey, and it was an overwhelming response to have some Hispanic food served. So your families are going to receive a link, and the PTA is looking for donations of foods. So there'll be different types of Hispanic foods. I know they're looking for empanadas and things like that. So it's a full dinner from 6:30 to, like Dr. Reynolds said, 7 in the cafeteria, and then the dance for the rest of the night. So a great experience. Dr. Reynolds is going to talk a little bit more about behavior and expectations around that. And I know the biggest question right now that is on everyone's mind: can I bring my cell phone? And the answer to that is yes, as long as you're using it in an appropriate manner. That means to take photos, and that's pretty much about it. Dr. Reynolds?
Sure. That was a question. I know it was a policy that we really hit reset on this year with no phones. We didn't have phones at the dances. We did talk as a PTA, as a group, as a whole school, and wanted to make sure that that you were able to celebrate with your friends in a responsible way as you're preparing for high school. So you'll be allowed to use your phones or bring your phones. That'll allow you to take some pictures, record, be friendly, and capture those moments and memories. Because really, you're getting to the last 20 something days of middle school, and we're really going to celebrate this in a special way. So that is one. Just a couple of the other things, as it says on the permission slip, this is consistent with the other dances that we've had. That appropriate dress is important. Really, no foul language. You need to be in the gym. We're going to start in the cafeteria for food around 6:30. Right around 7 o'clock, we'll move to the cafeteria, and we need to stay in that area just like we have for the dances. And obviously, we need to be appropriate with our dancing. If there's anything that happens during the dance, just semi-formal, just like anything else, you'd be asked to leave. I'd say more importantly, no tickets will be sold at the door. So just like every other dance, you need to have a permission slip signed, brought into during lunch with that signed permission slip. With our $10 for the ticket, we're going to record your name just so we can have an accurate count for next Friday. No tickets will be sold at the door. So it will be through Friday the 17th. You can purchase, but at the end of that, there will not be any more tickets. So make sure you get your permission slips. There will be people distributing on the way out today, buses on the bus side, as well as on Aiken Street. So you can pick those up if you're interested, and they will be available throughout the rest of the week and next in our lunch waves. So if you want to grab one, those people who are thinking about inviting somebody from another eighth grader from a Norwalk middle school, you'd want as much time as possible so that person can get that signature of the other principal. So it would be in your best interest to make sure you grab it as soon as possible, if that's something that you want to consider and do. The other piece is,
you can't buy until, if you're bringing a guest, you won't be able to buy their ticket until there's those 3 signatures on the paper. So.
Yep. And so I guess the only other piece is regarding behavior. Just like any other event, we're gonna talk more as a class in the next week or so. But behavior in school and prior to will impact the opportunity to participate in things like the semi-formal, right? And we're going to talk a little bit more about that around promotion. We have a day trip to Quasi. We have a lot of the pre-promotion celebration. There's a lot of things that are coming up. So just please understand that if we decide to, and we make a bad choice, for example, and something happens that results in a pretty significant consequence, that may impact us being able to participate in the semi-formal. So just know that our behavior is important, and that would to ensure that we can at least participate and go. So starting today on the way out, you can grab those blue permission slips, look for those blue papers, English on one side, Spanish on another. Make sure all of those appropriate signatures, just like every other dance, are done. And then you can buy tickets for $10 each at lunch. It is the sneaker ball. And again, if there are things that you'd like some support on, want to ask questions, and maybe purchasing a ticket or clothing, maybe is a barrier or a challenge for you, or a little worried about it, feel free to reach out to Dr. Golding, Ms. Amaral, myself, Mr. Duget when he's in as well, just to make sure that we can provide everything you need so you can have a good experience. So big shout out to our PTA for putting all this together, and we want to make sure that we're working together and you guys have a great time and can use your cell phones appropriately. With that, Dr. Golding, do you need anything else?
No, I think that's it. It would be helpful to the PTA if we all didn't wait till the last minute to buy our tickets. So like as you have the money, as your guest has the paperwork, if that applies to you, purchase your ticket. They do need to know that number to determine like, do we have, how much food do we need and all that stuff. So take care of it as soon as possible and do not wait till the last minute. I think that's it.
All right, we got just another minute or so before dismissal, and if you want to grab them on the way out, look for staff members
We'll
with
have these.
blue paper.
Yep. Have a great day,
All right, guys.
everybody.
Take care.